recall memories of parades in downtown. It was packed with people. You would be shocked how rapidly our downtown declined.
From a young age, we had a lot of issues around poverty and crime. There were names like Covington that were used. You weren't proud to be from Covington. The good news is I think that's really, really changed. We had a reputation issue, and so starting to embrace who we are and celebrate it was one of those first things where Main Street could really, really help with that.
It's helped shape our board so that we could find people that had talents and interests in specific areas based on the 4 points.
So it doesn't have to be I'm passionate about Main Street, but I'm passionate about bikes, I'm passionate about art, I'm passionate about architecture, and putting them in a room, and that's where kind of the magic happens.
What's really unique about Covington is we have such a concentration of historic building stock. So much is intact from the late 1800s.
The Renaissance group has brought focus to the fact that, yes, these are assets.
They just opened new apartments called the Boone Block. They really used their imagination to figure out how to turn a building that had been many different things over a century into a 3-level living.
The hotel used to be Coppins' department store. And when you go inside, they still have displays of things that they would have had at the department store.
The idea of a 114-room boutique hotel in the middle of Covington 4 or 5 years ago was like nutty.
These places were designed successfully because they're able 120 years later to be transitioned from a department store into a boutique hotel.
Giving it this grandeur of an urban, modern hotel while still leaving much of the exterior intact so you can still really see its history.
I think there's a number of benchmarks that Renaissance Covington will look back on and say those were crucial moments, those were great moments. Separating from the city and becoming a standalone 501c3 was huge.
There were a lot of things that we wanted to do that were more risk-taking and sort of creative and out there, and being independent would allow us to do that.
It has a more personal feel, I believe. People can walk in the door, they don't feel like they're going to a governmental agency, they're going to see Katie or they're going to see Renaissance.
I think the Parklet Initiative last year branded Covington as being unique.
Curbed, which was the name of the Parklet program, was really, making a statement about look what you can do in the size of a parking space.
And so it was enabled people to be engaged with each other and be on the street.
But then also took away a parking space, and then of course brought all sorts of people to the table to talk about what is the value of that, and on both sides.
Losing those parking places was not a big deal in comparison to the amount of people that it brought downtown.
We're very lucky in Covington to have a number of incubators and accelerators. When those sorts of things are happening, sort of naturally and independently, we're constantly trying to harness those into public events. We really wanted to home grow entrepreneurship. One of the ways that we tried to do that was through pop-ups.
It also then introduces these entrepreneurs to our community. So we've had several of them go on and lease space on a more permanent basis.
To see the number of people walking in Covington, young people, have not seen that since the 60s. So excited.
Covington's reputation, it's suffered a lot for a really long time, and I think today, when people think about Covington, they think about something completely different. They think about a place where cool things are going on, new businesses are opening, there are great events, and it's a place to be.